Is it time? No, not yet. I have to be completely honest with myself. Am I ready to retire or am I just tired? Well, at the moment, I am just tired and probably just a little bit frustrated and fed up. But it has awakened this awareness in me that I would love to retire sooner than later. I've just recently started thinking about early retirement, so I'm in the early stages of evaluating how much I need on a month-to-month basis to retire early. The money that I have saved for retirement, how long would that last? Am I bulletproof? How do I put my money in the locations that they need to be in order to have that peace of mind when I go to sleep at night that my money is doing okay? Yes, I've watched my dad retire early. He struggled some. It was extremely constraining. For him, he just lived off Social Security and what he could make on eBay. Loved it. He would never looked back, but I don't necessarily want that level of constraint. I'd like a little. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a girl who really loves her job, but is becoming more and more aware that life is not forever and I am loving other things more. And I would rather spend my days doing the other things. So with that said, I'm still giving my all for my employer. I do adore it, but I am planning for my next phase of life. If you have questions over and above what I can give you from my own point of reference, find yourself a good, trusted financial advisor. Fiduciaries are the buzzwords these days. These are financial advisors who don't make money unless you make money. There are financial advisors, period, that can help evaluate your current situation and give you a roadmap. If you are looking specifically in your area, ask your friends and family for references. But what I personally did is I went to Dave Ramsey's website, their Smart Vestor, which is their endorsed local providers. Found myself somebody there, goodness, it's been 10, 12 years ago. I've been working with him ever since and haven't looked back. I have referred him, or other people in my life I've referred to him, and they've enjoyed their association with him as well. So go and find somebody or educate yourself. I have people in my life that have chosen that route, and I enjoy having conversations with them, hearing how they're doing their investments and their levels of tolerance for risk, etc., because I am risk adverse. I will tell you that. Am I burnout or am I really ready to retire? I'm approaching burnout. Not quite ready to retire. Still like what I do, still like my company, but I am ready to not have to work every day. It's not the commute, because I have an hour and 15-minute commute, which has increased exponentially because they changed my work hours. That's wearing a little bit, but that's part of the burnout. With that said, you need to evaluate your own desires for early retirement. What exactly is motivating you? Do you have grandkids? Do you have a passion hobby, maybe an animal rescue that you're working with that you want to dedicate more time with? You want to do mission work for your church? Figure out what your why is and then start building a plan. And that plan's going to start with the budget, evaluating where you are, where you need to be, and then what it's going to take to get you there from here. I've not experienced this yet, but I hear when you lose your work identity, that can be a challenge with retirement at any age. I can see that. I have not had a traditional career. I've not put in 40 years with a singular company and singular coworkers. I have always been sort of a social butterfly and a free spirit, but your situation may be different. So do take that into consideration. If you have not developed a social life outside of your work circle, whether it's church or family or friends that have nothing to do with your job, you might want to give some thought to how this may impact you in retirement. Additionally, if you retire early, most of your friends are not. You're the unicorn, okay? So what will your social situation look like if you are a social person? You may not be. Personally, I adore my sisters. I spend time as I can, but I will not be dedicating my life to socializing with my family in my retirement. I want some me time. I want some me and honey time. Whenever my husband was bringing up early retirement over the last few years as we were caring for his mother, I would just sit and nod and wonder, how the heck would I entertain myself in retirement? I can't retire. I'm too busy. I love doing things too much. What would that be like? I can't believe I would probably keep working till I'm 70 until I stopped thinking that. Oh, I've got stuff I can do in retirement. It was just a mindset shift. What I was brought up to believe retirement would be, case in point, my dad's perception of retirement was he had watched the men in his life from a young boy up retire, and they just came home and they sat and they were miserable, and they were usually dead within a few years because they weren't up doing things. They had not given themselves a retirement purpose. They had not cultivated life post-retirement. It wasn't a thing back then, but we know better now. We've learned those lessons from our ancestors, from the people who came before us, from the people who are retiring today. So listen closely. It's a thing. You need to think about what your pattern of life is going to be like when you go into retirement. All right, everybody, pull up your skirt. Let's see your slip. How much money do you need a month in retirement? And I'm not talking some pulled out of the hat number. What are your utilities? What are your subscriptions? What are your prescriptions? What is health insurance going to cost you? Are you paying rent? Have you paid off the mortgage? Do you have a car note? Do you have credit card bills? All of this goes into the total monthly number you are going to need when you retire. I'm going to need when I retire. If you can start making some advances now in paying off credit card debt, paying off the car, even if that means selling it and buying yourself something more affordable, no debt, no payment, to help that retirement monthly number go down. If you're retiring early and it's pre-Social Security, how much money do you need a month if you start bringing down and withdrawing from your retirement funds? Are you over 59 and a half? Because if you're not, you can't touch those retirement funds unless it's your contributions into a Roth. Trusted financial advisor will help you navigate these questions and set yourself up to where your money's either accessible or you know how much you can withdraw from those Roths that you actually contributed to, not your earnings, but yes, your own principal that you put in there, because you already pay taxes on that. Consult with them, figure it out, but you need to know your monthly number. I'm doing that exact same thing right now. I need to know my monthly number. Can you handle slow? Oh, no. Can I handle slow, unstructured days? If you ask my husband, he's going to tell you no. I am always up. I've got a to-do list. I don't care if I'm on vacation for 2 weeks or it was the middle of the pandemic and I could have lazed around for days on end. That's just my personality type. I'm in motion. Very few days a week can I sit longer than an hour and watch a TV show. I don't even go to movies anymore. I don't finish a movie at home in one sitting because the washer's going off, dinner's coming out of the oven, something's cooled off enough for me to put it in a vacuum saver food bag and put it in the freezer. There's always something for me to move on to. I'm like a butterfly, just going from task to task. But what about you? Can you handle lazy, unstructured days that continue on, hopefully indefinitely, but there's always going to be an end point. What I'm struggling with now is actually pulling the trigger. There's this thing called one more year syndrome, and I find myself in that. Even though it's starting to reveal itself, I could possibly be ready sooner than later to retire within the next 2 years. Oh, but one more year. We've got my financial advisor put us into a forecasting program, and there's all sorts of ones out there that you can go and you can put in all your figures, what you've got, what you expect to get in retirement from your investments, from Social Security, what your expenses are, etc., what ages you want to retire, what your anticipated monthly, all of that. And then it will forecast your likelihood of living to whatever age you put in there. For fun, we put, I think, 95. Don't think I'm getting to 95, but if I do and I'm out of money, I don't think I'm going to care. But not the topic here. But I am having to coach myself that when I'm ready, and to just pull the trigger. The video topic, just start retirement. When I get there, I'm sure that's going to be a topic I put out here. I'll look forward to that, and then celebrate with me when that happens. So if you're over 40 and you are looking at down the road, you have or you have not started saving for retirement, because I didn't start until my 40s, you need to start enacting a plan now. So the very first thing, binge some videos. Leave me a comment. I've got a budgeting checklist I'm happy to send to you for free. Just put me down in the comment that you would like checklist or budgeting or help me, something. Just give me a comment down there. I read them all. I'm not so big that I am unable to read all of my comments. Like, subscribe. I am here to support everybody, but my heart is for the women over 40 who are working toward a better life. Married or not, partnered or not, you are the captain of your ship, the master of your soul, if I've gotten that correct. But it's all up to you. Only you can decide for you. So come on back, leave me a comment, and I'll see y'all again soon.